being an authoritarian or centralized authority that has control over a lot. I mean, there is a place for that too. I mean, for me, centralized exchanges will always exist, and they will most likely always be big because there is a demand for it. I mean, like my brother, for instance, he will he will never leave Binance. It's comfortable in there for him. You know, he knows the system. He just want to trade the coins that's on Binance anyways, and he has no plan whatsoever to go over to DeFi. And I understand that, you know, that kind of mindset. And there is a lot of people that are like that. But what we are trying to do with Shido is make DeFi more accessible and make it easier, you know, to take the leap of faith and going over to DeFi. And, you know, for me, that kind of starts with the mobile application, with the wallet, because that's the main tool that you are using basically to navigate DeFi. And so it all starts with that. So that's why we are trying to build the best wallet out there, that has, you know, everything, all the tools you need, so you basically won't even have to go in the Web3 browser and connect to a D app, because everything you need is going to be in the application. So it's going to be a decentralized version of the Binance application. That's what we are aiming to build, and we are going in that direction fairly quickly also.
Great. I definitely feel you. I started with Binance myself in 2017, so I understand completely. And I started from Binance, and then I started to explore everything else. Then came Pancakes. I'm sorry, Pancakes Web came in 2020. And yeah, I discovered that too. But I can see why some people are a bit wary of new things, like your brother, for example, because sometimes we prefer to go the standard route, we prefer a centralized exchange, because we know, like Binance, for example, because we know there's Binance behind, there's a name behind. So
Yeah,
I can definitely see that.
yeah, I mean, you know, there's customer support if there's any problems. And
Exactly.
it's like
If you do something,
yeah, it's like logging into your bank, and you know, I understand it, you know, it feels safe,
exactly.
because if you mess up a transaction in DeFi, it's not really,
Good
yeah,
luck.
you cannot, you know, email someone and say, help me out. You just have to suck it up. But
Yeah,
there are, you know, you could say that is a risk, but you know, it's more like you need to just take responsibility for your actions, and just be careful. And that's the thing. Most often is not it's not the mobile application. It's not Shido wallet or MetaMask or Trust wallet. I mean, 95% of the cases, it's the user's fault, you know, that they accidentally click on the link or connect to a D app, you know, and it's usually not the car's fault either. If you in a crash, you know, it's the driver. So, but you know, it's unfortunate that it's so easy to get scammed. That's the thing. It's just a click and you are screwed. I mean, it's not like you have to make 3 mistakes in a row. It's just one click, and that can be it, you know. And that's just very unfortunate.
yeah, completely agree, and completely understand. This is something that I think the biggest thing that is keeping DeFi from most people, from the masses, is that thing, is the fact that you can't really reverse anything, and the moment you do something wrong, it's gone.
Yeah, and then you are kind of, I mean, also it feels like your DFI is also battling kind of like against the establishment also. It's not like they try to get people to join DeFi. I mean, it's kind of all you see is just like negative headlines.
Sure.
And there is not often that the benefits are highlighted, which is also unfortunate. But yeah, that's just how it is.
Yeah, we can change it. Anyway, do you want to explain more about your DEX?
Yeah, I mean, for the wallet, I started to talk about it, and
yeah,
and I mean, we have unique features in Shido wallet. We have probably the best cross-chain protocol out there on the market with super low fee. So you're able in Shido wallet, you can swap between Ethereum and BNB just with a click, and you cannot do that in MetaMask or Trust Wallet, and you're stuck on a chain. So we are really trying to bring features that simplify for you. And also we have NFT support, we have Ledger support. And now in April, we're gonna launch version 2. So we also are getting a new DeFi aggregator in the wallet. We're getting limit protocol, and we are getting perpetuals, everything decentralized. So you are gonna have everything you need straight in the wallet. So you don't have to ever leave your wallet, because the DeFi aggregator, you can trade at the best market rates thousands of tokens. So you don't have to go and connect to PancakeSwap, because we will fetch the liquidity for you. So there's a lot coming with Shido wallet, and we have, as you mentioned, we have the decentralized exchange also. And here you can ask yourself, there are so many exchanges out there, decentralized exchanges. So what set you aside? What are you bringing to the table? How can you attract users? I mean, all these questions you need to have answers on even before you start to develop. So it's important to have the right approach, and I think we have that. And we are building, I mean, Shidodex is going towards being a one-stop shop as a DEX, because right now we are integrating the new cross-chain protocol and the limit protocol and the DeFi aggregator, and we have perpetuals in there. So and if you look at PancakeSwap, you don't have any cross-chain swapping there. And if you look at Uniswap, you don't have any perpetuals there. But we are bringing top protocols under one roof. So you basically just have to go to Shidodex, and then you are covered. So this is what the version 2 that we launch now in April, you're gonna have all these features in them. So I really think we are bringing something to the table, and we will attract users. We are already attracting users, but I hope for when we're going to push it harder for more adoption of our utilities. So the DEX and the wallet I hold very dear. So yeah, but I mean, there's a lot. We just launched last week. We just launched Shido card, which is a crypto Mastercard with the banking solution also in it, because you are getting an IBAN issued and you can make international bank transfers. You can transfer fiat money to your bank account. With your card, you can spend crypto with no pre-conversion off-chain, so you're not paying any gas fees. And we're offering competitive rates. And if we compare to Crypto.com card, we are offering lower rates on several fees, and also the reach. We have an unbeatable reach where we have 166 countries available. That is huge markets, and we have just started with Shido card. It launched last week, so there's a lot going on in Shido for sure.
Great. So you're trying to bring the whole package. Let's put it this way.
Yeah,
wallet, card, everything.
I mean, there has not been critique, but sometimes in the past people have mentioned, isn't it too much going on? isn't it too much things going on? But in general, it's a DeFi wallet and it's a DEX, and we are building a layer 1 blockchain. It's basically those three things. But when we are doing the DeFi wallet on the scale we're doing it, then it becomes a lot more things. Then because we're bringing in the Shido card into the DeFi wallet, and we're bringing perpetuals into the DeFi wallet, so it becomes a lot of parts. But in the end, it's just these three things basically we are building and building on. So if you make complex application, there is a lot of parts, but you need to focus also on what you can do and what is your core business. It's not like we are starting a fiat gateway company. I mean, it's third-party integrations also, where we partner up with Alchemy Pay and Mercurio to offer fiat gateway, and same way goes for Shido Perpetual, where we partner up with a liquidity partner to be able to offer decentralized perpetuals with deep liquidity, because that's not something we can do fully ourselves. So there's a lot of partnerships going on all the time also. That's important to point out.
Got it. So you were also talking about building a blockchain, if I heard correctly. And would you mind explaining more? Like, what's the idea behind it?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it has always been on my mind, but it wasn't talking about it in the beginning, when we were at like 200k market cap. Then no one takes you really serious. It comes off as moonboy talk, but in my mind it never was. We were just walking the path, and I knew that after a while the time will come. So we announced it in November, and then the work started in November last year on the blockchain. And here again also, I mean, and these questions I get all the time is, I mean, there are tons of blockchains out there, and why would this blockchain not be another blockchain in the corner of crypto just collecting dust? And why would the developer choose to develop on it? And what are you bringing really to the table? And these questions, here again, you got to answer them before you get started. And but for me, I just zoomed out, and you look at you need to look at the big cornerstones as compatibility, scalability, security, decentralization, and then you can look at Binance Smart Chain, and you see that it's far too centralized, and then you see that Ethereum is super secure, but it's good, but it's very slow. So all these blockchains have these pros and cons, and you just try to eliminate all the cons and bring in all the pros and bring out a better product than what's out there. That's what you can do. It doesn't necessarily have to be that you're gonna reinvent the wheel and just something completely mind-blowing new. I mean, in my mind, it can also be that you're just bringing out something that has a better balance, that is a little bit better in all parts, and then it will make sense for developers to come on and develop on it, because it will suit them better. So they will choose it because it's a more preferred option. So we are building Shido Chain in the Cosmos network, and it's going to be compatible with all the apps and the blockchains in the Cosmos, and we also have integrated EVM compatibility, so all EVM environments, all EVM tooling compatible with that. It's also, we have a sharding solution, so it's scalable. We're able to, it can never be congestion, because we basically in theory have unlimited TPS, So when the volume hopefully or eventually arise, just goes up, we can scale up and we can create parallel blockchains and validate blocks simultaneously. So there is no end on the scalability. So all these things we have turned every stone to try and build something that is really good. And also you can see the inflation that a lot of blockchains are battling. I mean, just in the Cosmos network, where we have a general inflation of 10 to 15%, where the supply increases, you have to pay rewards to the validators. And here, Polygon had that problem also until they upgraded, and we are implementing and integrating a burning function on every transaction to battle the inflation, to even make the Shido supply deflationary, even though it's a native coin of the blockchain. So the blockchain is a big thing for us, and we continue to build it. Alpha testnet is ready, beta testnet is ready. We're building the Explorer now with the faucet, and we will announce that fairly soon. So the thing is, I want to, because Shido is long term, and we have long term goals, and I always try to ensure that mindset to investors or holders. I know crypto is fast paced, and you're just people can just with a click jump to another project, so that's always the hardest part, I feel, is to try to get people to have some patience, to let all the pieces of the puzzle fall together. But it's coming along.
Yeah, got it. I would say it's the same thing for Pitbull. We just turned 2 years old. We are now one of the oldest token originally born on BNB chain. So I definitely feel you on the last point you touched. It's not easy because there's always a new token, there's always a new thing, and it's understandable that people look always for the new shinier things, and there's nothing wrong with it. But in my opinion, you need to understand that there's this project with a longer vision, as you say, like Shido, for example, like Pitbull, and that over time passed the test of time. Yeah. So I definitely feel you on that regard. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy, and
but it's worth it. But it's worth it. I have to say it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, and that's a great achievement by you. And I remember, I mean, when we launched on BSC there March last year, none of the projects that launched around the same time, I mean, they don't even exist today, and I mean, they didn't exist just 3 months later either. They were just all gone. And
yes, and you're 1 year old. Imagine being 2 years
yeah,
old. Like us.
Exactly. And but you have a little bit the different stages, like it's like you have many projects have these life cycles. There's an initial hype, and you can see then a lot of people, they just go for that initial launch hype, and then jump to the next and jump to the next. That's why you have all these influencers. They just call out launches all the time, but that's super risky to invest like that. I mean, it's very easy that you just end up losing. So it's not really wise to invest like that. But yeah, I'm very I never give any advice or anything. I focus on.
No, me neither.
I focus on what I can do. But yeah, that's great. That's really cool that you have been managed for so long. It's really impressive.
Yeah, yeah, and we don't plan to stop anytime soon. We've been through 2022, which was arguably the worst year, not just for crypto, but I think for every market in general.
Yeah,
So for the past 15 years at least. So I mean, unless 2023 is going to be even worse, which could be because nobody knows. But yeah, either way, as I like to say, bear market, bull market, Pitbull is here to stay,
yeah.
and Shido, I think too. So hats off to you
I,
guys.
I think it was not a it was a bit of a blessing because we launched when the market was very poor, and
Hmm.
I could see that a lot of projects that launched in the bull market 6 months earlier, they their chart was way down from all-time high, and
Of course.
that's not really kind of a good look either, but it's not really their fault because it was bull market and then the market crashed down. But in our case, we started just in the bear market, and we kind of had to we were already adjusted for it. We I mean, we our costs and however we streamlined everything was for very low volume. And so we have never downsized or met any troubles in that sense. We have always increased the people in team and always scaled up. So in that sense, it has been kind of a blessing.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So next question I would ask you is, we know that you guys have a token, which is the Shido token, and would you mind explaining the benefits of holding? Because you said you are a long-term project, which I agree. But can you say more about the benefits of holding the Shido token?
Yeah, I mean that's super important because if you are getting into Shido and investing in Shido, the Shido token is what you are buying. And so first of all, I mean Shido is a revenue sharing project, and so if Shido utilities are bringing in revenue, we pay out that as dividend to you in form of staking. So you can stake to a very good APR and earn Shido rewards. And so that is very important to know. And then, I mean, Shido is the token is a use case token. It's getting integrated in Shido Mastercard now. I mean, it will be the native coin on the blockchain, and it's integrated in Shido Dex where the fees are based upon. So it's also worked as a connector. So it's a utility token, and so it has a very strong use case, and that is important to know because there can be a lot of tokens out there that has a little bit of a vague use case, but that's not the case with Shido. So and also you will be able to you will be able to become a validator on Shido chain, so you can put Shido to work. And also we will launch our liquidity protocol where you'll be able to provide liquidity, and then you can stake your LP tokens. So there's a lot of ways to put Shido to work also. Um, so but then that is important to say. I rarely mention the tokenomics, but Shido, I mean the project Shido, it's important to explain that because we were a fair launch, there was no pre-sale, there was no private sale. There's no people that got in. I mean, it was a fair launch where everybody got the chance to invest, and all the tokens went into the pool. And the way we have funded everything is basically through a form of crowdfunding where we have a transaction tax of 6% on all buys and sells. And a part of it goes to the liquidity pool, but then it goes to development. And that's how we have done it. Because let's say there is a 0% tax token, But if you're going to develop things and running expenses, the fund's going to come from somewhere, and then usually the case is that it's just a part of the supply that is in circulation, and then there is a part that, I don't know, is vested somewhere. It's from a pre-sale, or retailers don't know when it's going to hit the market. But with Shido, everything is in circulation, so there's no surprise. And this and I always liked this kind of a setup, because it feels it is very honest in a way. And so that's how the Shido token is at the moment.
Great. I would say it's similar to Pitbull. It was Pitbull was a fair launch as well. Was launched on March 2021 on Binance Smart Chain. So there are some similarities between us. And my next question will be, how does one get into Shido? Because, for example, Pitbull is entirely community driven. It's the community that makes Pitbull. I always like to make the example of myself. I was just, I was just a simple investor.
Yeah.
And I invested in Pitbull back in March 2021, and then I remember I joined the Telegram group, and I was very active, because I like the idea of a token really run by the community, where I could share my ideas and everyone else could share their ideas, and I really like the idea that behind a token driven by the community, and I was very active. And then I got asked if I wanted to join the team and be an active volunteer, and of course I said yes, and here I am.
I love that.
So my question, yeah, thank you. My question is, this is for Pitbull. How does one get into Shido?
Yeah, and regardless what you say there, I just love it, because I mean, first of all, the team that is now in Shido, the core team. I mean, now we have stick together a long while, and we've been able to add great talent. And but we have recruited within the community, just like you got recruited, because there's a lot of talent in the community, and there is not really a need to go elsewhere. And also, let's say you're going to hire someone, and then you take it completely from the outside. When you can find good talent in the community, then you find people that is already invested. They are already kind of they're voluntarily working already for their bag. They are motivated, and that's the perfect candidate. That's for you to take on board
Great.
on the team. But I can see that when I talk to other devs and things like that, it tends to be the same in most projects. But I mean, our community, the main hotspot is our Telegram. That's we have almost 10,000 members there in our Telegram group, and it's a very vibrant community. And you can just go into our Telegram and ask any question you like, and you get helped out. We have a Discord channel also, with people in there that prefer Discord. And you can just join the community there. And if you want to buy Shido token, you can either do it on our decentralized exchange, Shido DEX, or you can do it on Uniswap, or you can do it on PancakeSwap. We have Digifinex as a centralized exchange listing, but we are doing a new big centralized exchange listing next week also. So there will come more centralized exchanges also, where it's possible to invest in Shido, more markets.
Great. So yeah, I think that was it. I don't really have any other question. I don't know if anyone listening has any question for Shido. I see that Rick wants to talk. Let's see. Let's see if he can join. So you can answer a couple more questions.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyone
If
has it.
anyone wants to ask anything, just feel free to do so.
Yeah, Rick, you're on. I don't. Okay, it's probably not here. Let's see, Rico. All right. 1 second. Okay, Rico, you should be
Yes.
able to
Hello.
talk.
Can you hear me now?
Hello. Yeah,
Hi.
yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I've been involved with Shido for quite a while now, and I think that their team is pretty exceptional. They're always involved in carrying the weight of everything, and it's great. And I was just also questioning Pitbull, like basically your token, is that centralized or is that basically the same decentralized?
So
Is
yeah,
that cool?
thank you for this question. Yeah,
Ask?
of course. Pitbull is kind of unique because it's 100% decentralized, and I will tell you why. So as I said, it was born and launched on BNB chain, Binance Smart Chain back then, and the team, me included, is volunteer. Basically, we're not paid to do what we do. We do that only because we are, passionate about Pitbull, and we joined one way or another. Different times, different situation, but we're all volunteers. Uh, when I say decentralized, 100% decentralized, I mean it. We don't have any, control of the contract or the liquidity. We don't have any marketing wallet. We don't have anything as a team. Of course, individually, we are investors. I own Pitbull token. Every volunteer holds Pitbull tokens from Pitbull, but we as a team don't hold any tokens, or we don't have any access to anything basically, which is the reason I think why Pitbull is still standing and going strong after many others failed. I feel like if there's some sort of centralization, let's put it this way, there's always room for a bad actor to do something bad to the token or to the coin, and I think that's entirely the reason why Pitbull is still standing, like Bitcoin, for example. And with that, I'm not saying that centralization is always bad. It has its place. And of course, if Pitbull had some marketing wallets or some access to the liquidity, we could do more. There's no doubt about it. But at the same time, decentralization and the fact that nobody can really touch or do anything to Pitbull is the reason, in my opinion, why Pitbull is still standing and growing, organically, no matter of the market conditions and no matter of the team. So yeah, I think I answered your question. I tried.
That was a good answer.
Thank you.
No, I love that. I love the whole and that,
Yeah, I love it as
and
well.
that's I mean, because I'm not a centralized authority in that sense, but someone needs to be in charge. But there comes a lot of responsibility to that person, and if it's if it's a greed-based person, it can easily be, like you see FTX and you see some other,
Exactly.
projects,
Exactly.
and and so it's a lot up to the persons then in the team, their ethics as human beings, and
Exactly.
how they base their decisions. And here, I try to show with actions what we are doing with Shido when it comes to burning tokens, when it comes to staking, and that, you know, it's all about the community first. And it's important to show that, because it's easy to talk about it, but, you know, you need to act on it also. And that's you know, what I've always tried to do, you know. And also when it comes with all promises, you know, delays can occur, you know, with development tech. It's, you know, it's easy that something that gets delayed, but, you know, I try to be very careful with delivery on what we're supposed to deliver and on time, you know, because it's a lot about trust. That's the thing.
Agree completely. So let's see, we have Ray 1. Let's see if we can connect with him. Okay, Ray, I think you should be able to talk. If you want to ask some question to me or to Shido, to Pitbull or to Shido.
Yeah, I have a question for Shido.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to really appreciate the team. They have been so nice, and they have been like transparent, and they have been doing well, in my opinion. And because this project is something that I've been wishing, you know, to come true in crypto, because I was using one online banking app. Then to myself, I was imagining that if it was possible for the same app, because they are running a full-time banking stuff, but it's online. I don't want to call the name. I don't know if it's allowed to do that. So when using the app, I realized that it would have been nice if there is a possibility of linking it to crypto and all that. But I waited for that to happen, but it never happened. All of a sudden, here comes Shido. And to me, it's an amazing idea. And this is something that, because for me, I wish if it is possible, one question I want to ask here right now is this. If it is possible to be able to receive my salary, or other people too, is a generic question. If I can receive salary with the IBAN, because I'm in Spain and I work, so it is possible for me to receive my salary with the IBAN of Spain, because the only requirement they would need is a kind of titled, signed, stamped, is this certificate, or what would I call it, that proves that you own. So that is the major question.
Yeah, I mean, if your employer, allows it, then surely it's possible. I mean, he can just pay your salary to your IBAN number. That is no problem at all. The same way you can transfer to that IBAN account also. I don't know if you require, and you mentioned something there. There was a little bit bad connection, but if you required any specific documents for it to your employer, then I don't know. You could send me a direct message, and I can check it out if there is anything specific we need to accommodate you with, and we could do that.
It's all right. And that is exactly what I wanted to confirm, because if it's something that we can be able to use it to receive our salary, and I think it's going to be more visible to so many people, and a lot of people will be waiting for that.
That is possible. It's possible, and there is no cost. There is no cost on receiving fiat money as an IBAN, as a SEPA transfer. Is it in your case? It's no cost in receiving a SEPA transfer to your account, so it's no loss at all. So you can definitely use it as your, account where you receive salary on. That is possible.
Okay. In that case, I want to say thank you so much, and you're doing so great, and we really appreciate you, and we thank you. we can't stop thanking you. Thank you so much, the house.
Thank you.
Bye.
I appreciate the kind words. Really do. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Bye.
Ray.
Thank you.
Let's see. One question more. Okay, let's see one other question. I am True at Black Eagle. You should be able to talk.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Really great, Ama. I appreciate, guys. You are doing a really good jobs. The two projects.
Thank you so
I
much.
don't have any specific question, but I want to speak up something a little bit because I was investor in Pitbull before 2 years. As I remember, in April, I was one of the first investors in Pitbull.
Nice, nice.
Yes, and even that I've done multiple exits in November, 15 November.
Okay, I remember.
Yes,
Yeah,
I never
it was a
sold it.
crazy month.
I never sold it. I hold it. And
Nice.
back now, I'm from September. I'm an investor also in Shido, and Shido is giving me the same vibe as Pitbull. So basically, I've tuned in this AMA in order to listen to one of my favorite projects here.
Great.
I really appreciate, guys, what you are doing. And I hope that we will meet when we made the billions market cap, not this with millions.
100%. That's actually one of my goals as well. I always say to the rest of the team, 1 billion market cap, and we can finally meet. Because another interesting thing is that in Pitbull, we never met each other. We are a great team, I would say, but we never met each other. We're
Yes.
from different parts of the world, and somehow we made it work. So, but that's one of my goals as well. We almost made it. In November, I think we got to 300 millions market cap, something like that.
Yes, 286, as I remember.
Okay, you remember.
Oh, that's great.
The exact number. Thank you. And yeah, we got close, kinda. But then 2022 happened. But it's not a problem. I always say that money is a direct consequence. In my opinion, anyway. Of course, we all want to make some money, of course, because that's how the world is run. But I'd say there's much else besides that. So
Yes, the community is what.
exactly, and the reason why I joined and I stayed, because I've been the full 2 years and I plan to stay here forever, basically. It's because of the community, exactly.
Yes.
Because I really enjoy the vibes. Enjoy even just saying good morning in the
Yes.
Telegram chat. It's nice. So it's definitely the reason why I joined Pitbull and the reason why I still love it to this day. So thank you so much.
Yes. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see if we can make. I think we can. We have another 5 minutes, so let's see if we can take another question, maybe two, and then around 5 p.m. Central Europe time, I think we will close it because it will be 1 hour. So I think it's nice talk. By the way, Stark, you can talk.
Okay. Super Shido. Good evening, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, and I'm really excited about the project. It's been nice ever since I joined. Although, okay, I once in our first, I think that was either the first or second AMA that I complained about the disclaimer from coin market. So I think they've taken it down. Yeah. I was the very person that asked the question, so I was told it would be taken down. So thank you very much for that. I think it has reduced the fear about the project, and the project is very good one. So I don't think something like that should come up to scare people. So thanks for that, and thanks for keeping to your words.
Thank
Very,
you.
very important to carry the community along by doing what you keep promising them, and that's what I've been seeing in Shido. And partnering with Pitbull. Pitbull has been a very nice project. I think it's listed in almost how many exchanges. That's
I think
wonderful.
it's more than 20 exchanges, and then
Yeah.
we have wallets. We are also one of the few tokens that is listed on Ledger as well.
Oh,
The family or the wallet, yeah. So yeah,
So it's
but
really
we're hungry for
exciting.
more.
It's really exciting, and I'm happy to be a part of this community. So thank you very much.
Thank
thank
you,
you.
and we're happy to have you here.
Well,
Yeah, she touched, yeah, the coin market, because that's the thing. Shido's smart contract is very, it's very simple, very straightforward. We cannot disable trade, we cannot blacklist any wallets, we cannot do anything like that. The only thing we can do is change the tax rate, and the reason we can do that is because we are aiming to go to become a 0% tax token, and we are potentially could do that very soon now when the revenue from Shido card is coming in. And the thing is with CoinMarketCap is when you are able to change the tax, they are putting a disclaimer. The thing is, this disclaimer they have, it has changed over time. You know, before they didn't even have a disclaimer. So projects with the same type of contract as we have, they didn't even have a disclaimer. And then there came one type of disclaimer, and then there come one type of disclaimer. And when we got listed on CoinMarketCap, actually, that was the time when the disclaimer was as, you know, worst. It was like, don't touch this token, kind of.
it's like a bomb.
So when we finally reached out, we just basically asked for some fairness, saying like, look, this is how the disclaimer is looking now for everyone else. Can't we just have it? You know, do we have to be stuck with the old one that just was available for like 3 weeks or something when we launched? So then we managed to get them to, you know, get a much softer version of the disclaimer, and that's the one we have now, which I believe is a fair one. It's much better. So I'm happy that that's got sorted out, and I promised that to the community, and we got it sorted also.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see. Rico, you can talk.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My mic must have not been working before or something. How you doing, Bjorn?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm just not really a question, just excited because, you know, I rock really hard with the Shido community. Everything that you've been doing since, you know, early on when I first found this project and did some videos on it. Haven't done a video on the Pitbull token, but definitely gonna do some research. I see you guys got a strong community in here, so I definitely want to do a video. And if you guys are rubbing elbows, yeah, for sure, you guys rubbing elbows with the Shido team, the community. There's something there for sure. But yeah, just excited to hear a little bit of alpha drop by Bjorn a little bit, right? We got some CEX coming up, and yeah, one of the best communities up in here, and gonna look forward to learning more about Pitbull and getting a video out for you guys too, and you know, letting people know what's up with you
Great
guys.
to hear. Great to hear. And when you drop the video, make sure to, you know, join our community so we can also, you know, help you and spread the word, you know. But thank you, Rico.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have a good day, man. That's all I really wanted to say was Bjorn, keep up the great work, and Pitbull, I'm looking forward to finding out more about you guys. So later.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rico.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
All right, so let's see. Pitmag, last question, I would say, because it's already 1 hour actually.
Yeah, it is. I need to.
It flew, time flew.
Yeah, it does.
It felt like a chat with a friend. So, Mag, you can talk.
Hello, guys. Hey, I don't want to take out the question from another person, but I wanted to say congratulations on this big collaboration. Big congratulations to you. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It is a. I mean, Pitbull token is listed now on Shido Dex, and it will be as an exclusive default listing going forward for indefinite time. And it's good for the projects listed because the volume is increasing on the Dex, and the traffic on the site is increasing, and it's good exposure for the projects listed. So it's.
Agree.
So it's
definitely a good mutual partnership.
Yeah, definitely. It's a win-win. Definitely.
Exactly. So last questions. I'm sorry, guys, but it's already 1 hour. Andrew, you should be able to talk, and then I think we can end this chat. Let's see, Andrew, can you hear us? I'm not sure he's here. Andrew, are you here? Okay, looks like he's not here. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bjorn, for this great chat. I myself learned a lot about Shido. I have to be honest, I haven't really looked too much into it before this AMA. I know what you guys did, of course, but I didn't know everything. So that was a very interesting chat for me as well. So
Thank
I
you.
want to thank you for that. That's all. I don't know if you have anything else to add.
No, I want to thank you for arranging this AMA. It was really fun. I really enjoyed talking to you, and I love Pitbull as a
Same.
project. I like community-driven projects, and as you say, it's one of the reasons that you are still exist today. Still
Exactly.
going strong,
Exactly.
and I think you will continue to be successful. So I want to say thank you for inviting Shido over, and really happy about the partnership.
Same here. Thank you, Shido, and thank you everyone for tuning in. It was a pleasure. I really enjoyed it, and